pleasure of interviewing Jacqueline DeGromont, Policy Director at Transparency International, a legal service firm that works to strengthen integrity, enhance transparency, and combat corruption in the U.S. and internationally. Ms. DeGromont works in Washington, D.C. She gave us her professional insight on the topic we studied in class. Before we begin, let's establish a working definition of corruption. According to Webster's Dictionary, corruption is dishonest or fraudulent conduct by those in power, typically involving bribery.
What is your definition of corruption?
Well, there's not a globally accepted definition, but Transparency International defines corruption as the abuse of entrusted power.
But more importantly, why are we studying anti-corruption and bribery in our ethics course? It matters to us because, by including ethics, specifically corruption, in our business curriculum, we are better prepared to enter a globally dynamic and complex environment with the tools to make decisions that benefits all involved stakeholders, from shareholders to the community to our employees. The problem we are trying to solve through our project is the level of corruption in the business world today and the negative economic effects of corruption and bribery.
So definitely lack of oversight, high amount of decision-making power. When there's also a lack of training and lack of ethical formation, and when there's a lot of pressure, for either economic pressure or political pressure to make certain things happen.
Throughout our project, we have referenced our design question of how can we reduce the levels of corruption and bribery in an organizational context. Ultimately, through our project, we hope to reduce the negative impact that corruption and bribery have on economic growth. Through our work on our project, we've developed two possible solutions for our problem. The first is a business student program that exposes students to what corruption truly is, the effects of corruption and bribery, and preventions that can be taken to ensure that they do not turn to corruption and bribery within their careers. An additional solution is developing an effective training program for organizational employees that maintains the recognition and teaching of anti-corruption practices for employees within any firm.
Do you think that having an ethics course like the one at Leeds would benefit the abolishment of corruption in the business world?
Yes, but that's something that I personally believe very strongly, that I think every business student and future business leader and business manager should be exposed to, first of all, the level of harm that corruption causes, not only to the communities, but also to the business environment and eventually to the social and economic development of the society. And I think just an exposure to those ideas and also exposure to how to prevent those.
Overall, we've designed a functional solution to the problem we outlined. However, it is important to acknowledge and plan for any obstacles that may be encountered as we attempt to implement our solution. To begin, we must consider budget limitations. In order to create a fully functional and effective training program, a significant amount of funds must be allocated to our project. Additionally, we need the support of both students and faculty to be actively involved in and support the student program. The students will only learn and benefit with an interactive and well-designed course.
In terms of setting up these ethics programs, what are the biggest problems that you have run into?
Well, if you're dealing with multinational companies, there's the language barrier, access, flying people all over the place is expensive. Sometimes the content has to be maybe customized to the nature of the business and the nature of the location, maybe. Cost and time, and just the understanding, the buy-in from management and from senior management that this is an important thing to do and that it's worth the investment.
In the end, although it is crucial to create training programs and ethics programs much like we have at Leeds, corruption as a whole will never completely disappear. In many societies, individuals use corruption as an everyday activity and way of life and is thereby passed down throughout society and organizations. However, by implementing these solutions and actively tackling corruption, organizations, institutions, and societies as a whole will be better off and will be able to function cohesively.